When I talk about risk tolerance to my students, I usually tell the story of grandma's computer. Now, what's grandma's computer? Well, it's a computer she bought from some local vendor, Best Buy or whatever, uh, or maybe on Amazon. Who knows? The point is, she just got the computer for a couple of reasons. She's on social media. She uses it for email. She wants to keep up with her grandbabies and just to maintain contact with family. And that's it. So, how much are you going to spend to defend and secure grandma's computer if there's really nothing on it that's more sensitive than of reproducible sentimental material that's most likely stored in other places anyway? Well, you're going to do the basics. You're going to want to make sure there's, virus detection and some, simple products that are out there just to protect you from the low hanging fruit risks. But you're not going to spend $100,000 on a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy to protect grandma's computer. So ultimately, to effectively implement cybersecurity, to effectively establish what you're willing to do, you have to set up a risk tolerance. What are the things that you're willing to live with, and what are the things that you're going to absolutely at all cost seek to avoid? In the end, it's really a cost benefit analysis. That's how you establish it. I mean, there's some risks that no one would ever take, but they're risks we take every day when just walking out of our house. Sometimes establishing risk tolerance means confronting the question, could I really live with this thing that's scary to me? Could I really live with this thing that is a very real risk, but it may not actually be as damaging as we think? I mean, let's just say grandma's computer gets hacked. Okay, so what? Is she using it for her taxes? Is there any sensitive information on there? Well, that would be one thing. But if there's literally nothing that could compromise grandma on grandma's computer, then even if she gets hacked, and probably she already has, it's kind of like a who cares. Really, the biggest threat to grandma's computer being hacked is if it becomes part of a botnet and someone's using it as a pivot point to some other attack. And just so people understand what we're talking about, there is, you know, what you can do is if you can take control of a remote computer, you can basically have that computer masquerade behind that computer and make it look like that computer is the source of a threat against another third party. That's literally probably the biggest and most dangerous thing that could happen with grandma's computer if there's nothing on grandma's computer. Now, on the other hand, that's a situation or a solution that could be very easily mitigated by making sure grandma's computer never stays on persistently, that it's turned off, very often. There are low hanging
Or maybe just making sure that the laptop is updated, that the virus definitions are up to date. Something as simple as once a week, right? Ensuring that things are security updates and patches are installed.
That's true, but
That's
if anyone really wanted to turn grandma's computer into part of a botnet, it's not
yeah, it's not.
it's not
Yeah,
gonna be something that it's gonna be a rootkit that wouldn't probably be easily detected. But the thing is, again, so what? You know, at some point, you can't just look at the what. I mean, I have a customer, a large organization, where their perception of their risk tolerance is very different from their actual risk tolerance. But it's funny, their perception of their risk tolerance is we can't accept these risks. In fact, all risk is high risk. And let's just treat everything as if it's, the worst thing in the world. And by doing that, they can't prioritize and identify the things that really are risky versus the risks that they live with on a constant state. I mean,
so this is important. This is important too, right? Because I have had clients who have looked at me like I had something growing out of my out of my forehead uh, when I address some of these threats and risks, and I ask the question, okay, so what? And they kind of look at me like I'm crazy, and they go, "What do you mean, so what? That's bad. How is it bad? Explain. Like, let's talk about this. Let's do a little mini risk assessment, right? And let's discuss what happens if this occurs."